West Tech Assemblage, why are you here? It's not the speaker, it's not the government, it's not the V2, it's you. You're the people who I think is the assemblage, and an assembly of people who makes a difference. It's to create a culture where we are all one, regardless of which organization we represent, which sector we come from, whether it's non-for-profit, academia, researcher, investor. They all come together once a year. And that's the spirit of West Australia or Australia, mateship culture. And West Tech Assemblage brings people with like-minded people to help each other out and drive the culture of collaboration, because it's a small community. We all know each other. We all connected with each other.
So this event tonight is all about bringing together those great minds, and hopefully tonight you'll form those connections and enable you to develop those relationships and create those business opportunities that will provide work and employment for West Australians.
When you in this room prosper, when you in this room grow, you ultimately end up creating jobs, and that's not just good for government, that is exactly what our nation needs.
And when we work together, that's when the innovation magic starts to happen. But over the years, what has happened is that event has taken its own sort of unique core value, which is diversity and inclusion.
I believe that a society like ours, a wealthy, privileged society, should leave no one behind. It's our responsibility to make sure that we bring everybody along on this journey.
And a way to meet the emerging challenge of developing an economy of the 21st century, I would contend, is to grow our skills base, and particularly around the STEM skills that we have to teach our next generation, as well as through engaging and enabling the whole of our community and the whole of the potential workforce, regardless of gender, age, background, or personal identity choices.
As more essential services move to a digital-first model, the need to improve digital literacy and skills is growing, particularly for groups including older Australians, people on low incomes, people with disabilities, and Indigenous Australians.
Now, for those of you in the audience who are curious about what tonight might be, it's very much that conversation of how we can use technology to address those issues of inclusion and exclusion that make such a fundamental difference to the lives of people. But you cannot leave people behind in a civil society. That's what we're about.
At Generation 1, we believe that everybody has the opportunity and deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential. But for reasons we know, this doesn't always happen. Tonight, our focus is firmly on digital literacy and the digital divide. But I'd like to pass my congratulations to the West Tech Assemblage crew for putting this digital divide front and centre for this year's theme.
That by not catering to the digital literacy needs of the community, we are leaving them behind, a community that is already disadvantaged because of the tyranny of distance from large city centres.
These conversations are really important, not just because they impact your organisation or you, but because they reflect the leadership that you as individuals have in advancing Western Australia's community, whether economically, socially, or indeed culturally. The equitable inclusion of people with disability in all aspects of business and community is imperative, particularly for the post-COVID economic and social recovery in Western Australia.
Sometimes people and the companies are more focused on the things that people with disabilities can't do instead of the things that we definitely can do. And the fact is, we can do a lot of things.
So let's build our awareness and turn this into a deeper understanding to build a better community through greater access and inclusion, and particularly inclusive jobs. Thanks, everyone.
In Spirit Country, everything is united, everything is together, there is no separation.
I'd like to invite, whoa! Right, wake up.